Again, know your derivatives, and certainly we've been checking through these things over here, and I hope you're catching on to that. We either need to know those guys or be able to derive them quickly. All right, so know or derive, know or derive, know or derive, know or derive, and now we're on to this problem over here. And I got to be honest with you, for a lot of students, this can get rather difficult. All right, so what I want to do is I want to talk about this one over here, and someone says, "Oh, just memorize it." That's true, just memorize it. But what I want to do is I want to kind of write this down in kind of a peaceful way, and write this as y equals, and that's the arc cosecant. I like to use the arc notation, arc cosecant. Look kind of strange though, doesn't it, of x. I would write this as cosecant of y would equal x. All right, and then I gotta figure something out over here. And what I'm going to do is, I don't like the cosecant too much, but we're in terms of signs. And what you have here, the sine of y would be 1 over x. All right? So someone says, what are you going to do with that? And that looked kind of crazy to me, but I'll differentiate it. What are you going to get? You get cosine of y dy dx. And now this guy over here is really just x to the minus 1. So what do you get? You can get, minus 1, and then it's going to be x minus 2, which is x squared in the bottom. All right? So what's dy dx? Let's write this down. It's going to be minus 1. There's going to be an x squared times cosine y. Well, you know what? This is problematic for me too, because I don't want the cosine y there. So what do we write over here? Let's write this down. So the sine of y is equal to 1 over x. I'm going to go back to my triangle again, like we did before, by the way. That's going to be y. This is going to be 1. This is going to be x. What do you get over here? Let's write this down. It's going to be x squared minus 1. All right? What's the cosine of y? Well, let's be careful about that. The cosine of y is going to be the square root of x squared minus 1 over x. I think I'm ready to write that down. So dy dx is going to be equal to minus 1. This is going to be x squared times, well, the cosine is going to be this over here. I'm going to simplify that. And what do you get? Minus 1. You would get x, the square root of x squared minus 1. Is that what they're listing as an answer? That's what they're listing as an answer. Some students say it takes too much time to get to the answer. I want to memorize it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you should be aware of this. You're not going to be able to memorize a lot of things, by the way. Exams typically at SK College are going to be such that you can certainly take your time to derive things to get answers. And it's probably more important than memorizing. However, if you're in a competitive environment where there's a large number of questions, it'd probably be in your interest to memorize a lot of stuff. Thank you.